Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Right understanding is said. What is right understanding, Bhante? This is how once a certain monk went to the Buddha and asked about right understanding. Then the Buddha said, it is the knowledge of suffering or unsatisfactoriness, knowledge of the cause of unsatisfactoriness, the knowledge of the cessation of unsatisfactoriness, and the knowledge of the path leading to the cessation of unsatisfactoriness. Friends, I am so glad to be here with you this year too, to share the Dhamma with you and to practice the Dhamma. Practice with you. As we met last year, we learned the Dhamma and practiced the Dhamma. From today, I will be with you until the 11th, so we can meet from time to time. We can learn the Dhamma and practice the Dhamma. Today is the Sunday service. Now it is the time for all of us to understand the Dhamma. You all are ready to listen to a Dhamma talk. For this Dhamma talk, our topic is right view or right understanding and how it is to be developed. What is right view or right understanding? The Pali term for this is Samma Ditti. Ditti literally means view, though the teaching of the Buddha is going beyond it, beyond this simply the view. You know, there are two translations, view and understanding, for the term, Pali term Samma Ditti. View is, we all have our own views. View is quite, as I see, it is quite narrow. In the time of the Buddha, there were 62 views, Ditti or isms. Buddha understood that all those were sort of confined, to a certain limitation. The Buddha wanted to see beyond these views. Therefore, Buddha found a way to understand reality as it is. Reality cannot be reached through views, but through understanding, realization. Reality is to be realized by the wise. That is how the Buddha saw this. In order to understand this, when we think of right understanding, now from this time I would like to use the term right understanding because I prefer to use that term, rather right view. This is right understanding. In order to understand right view or right understanding, there are, as I see, there are three levels of understanding, right understanding. I put this as three E's. E, starting E, the three terms: ethical level, enlarged level and enlightened level. 3 E's. Ethical level of understanding. That is simply to understand ethics. In every religion, in every society, we should know what is good and bad, what is right and wrong, what is wholesome and unwholesome. That is simple. If we are right thinking people, we can understand what is right. What is right is again depend on different situations. So however, we can simply understand right and wrong, good and bad, wholesome and unwholesome. That is what is called ethical level. The second level is with enlarge. We Buddhists want to enlarge our knowledge. We want to see, if we use the word view, it is a panoramic view. We want to enlarge our view, enlarge and see it deeper. We want to go deeper level. That is through there are 10 wrong views. Buddha has pointed out 10 views which are wrong. Therefore, they are called micchaditti. Against, it is the direct opposite of samma ditti, micchaditti. We should go beyond this ditti, these 10 views. For this, the Buddha said 10 views. There are people, as the Buddha said, there are people who do not see the importance of offering, giving, sharing with others. They always neglect it and say that nothing given, no point giving. Why should you give others? And there are people who do not see the importance of offering something. When you offer something to a religious person, to a spiritual person, there are results. But there are people in society, they do not see this results, this importance of giving, offering. And also there are people who do not see the importance of sacrifice. If you do such things, there are results. We have to see this, we have to understand this. Not simply having a view, but we should understand this. There are people who do not see this world. For those who were in the past, in the other world, they do not see this world. They see only one world. There are different worlds, different realms. As you all know, there are 31 different realms. So we have to see these things. And for those who are here, living here, they do not see the next world. They simply think that once we die, everything finished. Everything is over. That is a sort of nihilistic view. So, such people think that there is no point supporting parents, supporting mother, supporting father. No results. They don't see whether it's good. So such people think that there are no spontaneous beings. You know, beings are born spontaneously as well. Spontaneously means without the unification of parents union. Without parents union, beings are born in the world, such as deities, hungry ghost, preta, yakha, different beings. They have no parents, but they simply manifest because of their karma. In such a case, people don't believe this. There are people, they don't believe this. Spirits, they are called spontaneous beings. And they do not believe, they do not accept that there are some people who have developed their mind and reached some different stages such as stream entry, once written and non-written, this type of thing. They don't believe these things. So all those are called wrong view. Buddha kept them all away because they were wrong view. Buddha pointed out the importance of seeing things as they are. That is how we enlarge our knowledge, enlarge our view, so that it becomes an enlarged view. Buddha taught us there are results of giving. If you give others, if you share with others, if you practice dana, you can gain results. You can be happy. That is what is called punya or merit. If you offer something to a virtuous person, you can be more happy. If you do a sort of sacrifice, you can be more and more happy. Believe or not, there are other planets, other realms in the world. You have to accept these things. And if you support your mom, if you support your dad, there are results. These are good things. That is how you see the right understanding. That is how you understand rightly, correctly, properly. Then the Buddha said, there are beings born spontaneously. There are people, there are persons who have developed their mind and who have come to understand reality, things as they are. So these are called right view, right understanding. And when we come to the third level, that is called enlightened level. When you come to enlightened level, as the Buddha said, what is right understanding is the knowledge of unsatisfactoriness, the knowledge of the cause of unsatisfactoriness, the knowledge of the cessation of unsatisfactoriness, and the knowledge of the path leading to the cessation of unsatisfactoriness. This leads us for the realization of this Four Noble Truths. Not mere understanding level, but eventually the realization level of the Four Noble Truths. So the Buddha's instruction here is to go deeper and deeper. Simply understanding these 10 things as wholesome is not enough. As merit is not enough. Therefore Buddha said, go beyond merit even. One day you will have to shun both merit and demerit and go beyond. For that the Buddha taught the way. Right understanding, Buddha said, it is the harbinger, it is the forerunner. Forerunner, the harbinger is for the truth, Dhamma and the Nibbana. Just like the dawn is the harbinger of sun. Right understanding is the harbinger of truth, the Four Noble Truths. For this purpose, Buddha delivered a special discourse named Maha Chattarisaka Sutta. Maha Chattarisaka means great 40. Great 40. There the Buddha pointed out two types of right understanding. We can simply understand things. When we come to understand, we have to come from wrong understanding to right understanding. Right understanding with that right understanding, we are doing something good. Though we are doing something good, it does not lead to the cessation of dukkha, for which we have to then abandon that sort of right thing, what you call good. That right things, we do right things, good things, as meritorious deeds, such as offering dana, doing many different good deeds. But all these are blended with taints. Therefore Buddha said, sasava, with taints, with defilements. There are defilements. There are greed, hatred and delusion. We organize a big ceremony which is good. It is a religious ceremony, which is good. But when you do this type of thing, there is hate, there is greed, there is something, expecting something, such as gain, maybe gain and fame, such things. Though it is good, it is not kusala. It is not leading to kusala. Therefore the Buddha said, all these are called sasava, with taints. Punya bhagya, heading to punya, heading to right, heading to merit. It's a good thing though. There are taints. Punya bhagya, upadi vepakka, which gives results in future. Therefore, that is good. That is right understanding. That's one way to see. And the Buddha's teaching, real teaching, is going even beyond that what you call right understanding. That level is called anasava, no taints. Anasava, lokuttara, going beyond the world. Loka uttara, loka is the world, go beyond the world, go lokuttara. Magganga, it is the factor of the path which leads to the path, to the cessation, to the deliverance, nibbana. So this is how the Buddha taught us what right understanding is. Our right understanding should lead to right intention. Right intention. Right intention is very much important in the teaching of the Buddha. People do many things thinking that it is right, that it is with right understanding. They do many things, but not with clear intention, clear understanding of what is intention. Intention, simply they think that if whatever you are doing, if you have a particular intention to do something good, that is what is intention for them. Intention is not in future. All the time we have to understand intention means now. Whether your intention is good now at this moment. For instance, you can think to build a religious place where the land, there is a big tree. You simply cut this down and make the place, build a house there for a religious purpose. Where there are your intention is good because you want to build a religious place, but you have breached some precepts, some sort of regulations, some rules. If the property is not belongs to you, what happens? It belongs to the government, or it belongs to somebody else. Then you have done something wrong. Though you have right intention, you have done something wrong. You have broken some precepts or like stealing, or maybe you have killed some animals there. All those are to be understood. When you do something now, whether my intention is right now, it's a good intention now, for this action, like that. When you do good deeds, you have to understand whether the intention is clear, intention is good at this moment. Right intention means not to hoard things, not to attach to things. There are people, they do good deeds. For instance, they donate money for some reason, for a cause, good cause. And then they want to say this is what I did, I gave this much money for that purpose. And then they grasp it. They think that once you gave, right intention, the first thing is nekkhamma sankappa. We have to have a good intention to let things go. Once you do something, let it go. We don't want to grasp it. If you simply think of it and talk too much about what you donated or what you did, that is in your mind as a rudiment, as something hindrance. You always think of that, and you are sometimes talking too much of it because of your attachment to that. Though you materially gave it, not mentally, you have not abandoned such things. Right intention. Then right livelihood, right intention. One thing is abandoning, let things go. That is called nekkhamma sankappa. Then the second one is avyapada sankappa. Avyapada means non-ill will. This has to be practiced when we have right intention. Non-ill will. We have no ill will towards anybody, anyone, any being. Then non-cruelty is to be practiced. When we practice in such a way, it is because of our right understanding. It is because of our right understanding that we come to right intention. Our intention, our thoughts, our concepts are clear, good concept, good intention. We talk about something good. That is right speech. Right speech. Right speech is very much significant to be practiced. As a congregation, as a group, as a Buddhist group, especially when we get together, even here or wherever, we have to be very careful of what we are talking. If we simply get together and just talk too much things, gossip, false speech, malicious talk, harsh speech, frivolous talk. The Buddha gave four different precepts to curb this tongue. For all other things, only one precept. Refrain from killing, it's done, finished. Only one. Refrain from stealing, simply refrain it, done. Refrain from sexual misconduct, only one precept. But to refrain from refrain from this mouth, tongue, false speech, malicious speech, harsh speech, frivolous talk. Four different musavada, pissuna parusa vacha, sampaphalapa. Four different things. Therefore, we have to be very careful when we talk. That is how we practice. That is how we become good Buddhist, not the label Buddhist. Good Buddhist should be mindful of what we are talking. So, if we have right speech, which leads to right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. When we have right concentration, it is called right concentration. Why? It is with the support of first 7 factors of the path. Right concentration can be gained only with the support of the first 7 factors of the path, without which that concentration that you gain is not the right concentration. The Buddha said, it is to this concentration, right concentration, that one can come to right understanding, right realization. That is where right understanding helps us to understand clearly, realize the reality, the Four Noble Truths. That is the knowledge of unsatisfactoriness, the knowledge of the cause of unsatisfactoriness, the knowledge of cessation and the path leading to the cessation. That is the reality. That is how one realizes real nature of the world. That factor is called right knowledge, samma jnana, which leads to right liberation. So this is why, friends, we have to understand right understanding. If we have right understanding, the Buddha said, it is the forerunner. As the forerunner, it helps us to understand all this process, the whole teaching. Now let's understand how to develop this right understanding. Right understanding is to be developed in our daily life. It is to be developed by 2 things, by practicing and studying. Study and practice. Practice and study. These 2 should go together, hand in hand. Or in like what you call it, yin and yin, yang, just like that, yin and yang. This should be practiced together. When you practice in daily life, husband and wife should practice this. Husband and wife should practice, understand properly, understand why they met, why they are under the same roof. For this, they should practice 2 things: love and respect. Love and respect. Simply having love is not enough. Love should go beyond carnal love, beyond sexual love. The husband and wife should be real kalyana mitra to each other. It is the kalyana mitra who helps us to understand the nature of this world and to realize Dhamma. So the husband and wife should be kalyana mitra, real kalyana mitras. And they should respect each other. That is one thing. Secondly, they should lead a contented life. Contentment is the greatest wealth, the Buddha said. Santutti paramang dhanam. Contentment is santutti. Santutti paramang dhana. In referring to dhana, the wealth, today people are all the time engaged in earning. It is true. You have to earn. You have to earn. The Buddha said, earn things righteously. Earn things righteously. Again, the Buddha said, earn when you are young. The wealth is to be gained when you are young. That is not only money, gold, silver, not only these things. These are important for life, to live. We have to keep it in our mind that we earn this to live, not to hoard these things, not to cling to these things. In our daily life, we have to understand we have something more to see, more to gain, not only money, not only other sort of material things. The Buddha pointed out seven types of wealth. What are the seven? Buddha said, Saddha Dhanam. Saddha is the wealth. Saddha means confidence. Confidence. If you have confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha, it is a great wealth, which is the indispensable factor for our practice. Saddha Dhanam. Secondly, Sila Dhanam. Sila is morality. Morality, precepts, our discipline is a wealth. Saddha Dhanam, Sila Dhanam. Then Hiri. Hiri is moral shame. If we have no moral shame, we do anything wrong, shamelessly. Hiri Dhanam. Shame, moral shame is to be maintained. Then Ottappa. Ottappa is moral dread, moral fear. That is you have fear of doing unwholesome deeds. It is also to be maintained. Then Sutta Dana. Sutta means listening to the good thoughts, like listening to Dhamma, to learn good things. That is also a wealth. Then practice generosity, chaga, generosity. The last, panya, wisdom to be developed. Those 7 factors, 7 types of wealth are to be gained by all of us. As husband and wife, again, should not be burdened to each other. Husband should not be a burden to wife. Wife should not be a burden to husband. We should not be burdened to society, to our children, to the country, to the whole world. For that we should understand Dhamma. That is what is called understanding, right understanding. We have to think that I should not be a burden to these people. Monks should not be burdened to laypersons. Laypersons should not be burdened to monks, to monastics. Like that. In every society, every situation, we have to understand that we should be easily supportable. Should be easily supportable. Then we have to study. We have to study and practice, through which we can gain right understanding. What should be studied? What should we study? We have to practice. We have to practice mindfulness, clear comprehension. Then we can understand clearly that things are changing. It is because of our right understanding we see things are changing. If you see things are changing, you can understand whatever we grasp are quite unsatisfactory, because things are changing. If you see this change in nature, you can see there's nothing unchanging. And again, as parents, we should take care of our children. We have to take the responsibility of our house and children. As parents, that cannot be neglected. That cannot be forgotten. Every parent should take that responsibility. To take care of their children and to take care of the house and children. We as parents should teach them, guide them to do what is good and to avoid what is bad. That is how we teach them ethics. You have to teach them. They are innocent. If we simply neglect this, where should they turn to? No place. Therefore, it is the responsibility of parents to teach them ethics, to teach them how to deal with people. That is very important. We have to teach them what is called spirituality. And we have to teach them how to develop, how to practice Dhamma, how to practice mindfulness, how to practice observe, how to practice to observe things objectively, properly, see things properly. We have to teach them how to practice generosity rather being stingy. People become stingy when they do not give. So then we have to teach them how to practice meditation, samadhi, sila, samadhi, panya. That is the path. That is how we teach our children. We pass this Dhamma from generation to generation. How to keep the right understanding. It is because of our right understanding we pass the same message to our next generation. Friends, that is how we have to practice. So to understand right understanding, we have to study Dhamma. The Buddha has taught us a wonderful Dhamma which is everlasting and cannot be found from anywhere else. This Dhamma is to be practiced. We were born as Buddhists. Whether you were born or not as Buddhist, now you are a Buddhist. Think that it is not spontaneously, but with cause and effect. You came to this situation. Now you know better. Therefore, better you understand the Dhamma as well. In order to understand the real Dhamma of the Buddha, please read the discourses. For instance, Buddha once gave a special discourse named Mahatithayatana Sutta, the great discourse of 10 sectarian tenets, sectarian views. There were many different views in the time of the Buddha. There was a group, they thought that everything happened because of Creator. Creator created all of us. It's a view. Buddhism goes beyond that. It's understanding. We go beyond that to understand, not simply having a view. We broaden our view, we enlarge our view and go beyond. That is right understanding. Another group, they said everything happens because of past karma. You put them all put all things into your karma, past karma. The Buddha said, no such things. Things happen not simply because of past karma. And another group, they said, things happen because of, they all come naturally, spontaneously, involuntarily. Buddha said, no, there are cause and effect. Paticca samuppada. Like that, Buddha gave that special discourse for all of us to understand the nature. Buddha pointed out, things happen because of cause and effect. Things happen because of 6 elements. There are 6 elements: earth, water, fire, air, space, and consciousness. All things in the world, all things are composed with these things. No, nothing else. Nobody can refute this, tarnish this teaching. That is how we Buddhists see reality with right understanding. For that purpose, we have to study these discourses. Please study the discourses like Mahatittayatana Sutta, Dhatu Vibhanga Sutta, the analysis of elements, Samadhi, Samma Samadhi, Samma Ditti Sutta, Samma Ditti Sutta, the right understanding, the discourse on right understanding, delivered by Venerable Sariputta, and Chakka Sutta, the 6 sets of 6. Then we can understand what is reality. That is our right understanding. If we can understand that things are changing, which is called anicca, dukkha, unsatisfactory, and anatta, soulless nature, then we do not grasp things as mine, me, or myself. This is reality. This is how we understand. With right understanding, we come to realize things that is called right liberation, right deliverance. This is the purpose of teaching right understanding. So friends, let's understand this wonderful teaching and practice in our daily life what is called right understanding. With that, one day, this same right understanding will lead us for the right liberation. May we all see things as they are. May we all realize real peace, real happiness of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.